Floodwaters on the west coast have eased overnight, reducing the risk of swollen rivers bursting their banks. Grey District Mayor Tony Kokshoorn said river levels had reached their highest level since 1997. Heavy rain has put civil defence on alert and they've erected flood barriers around the outskirts of Greymouth. 3 people were rescued yesterday and helicopters were called in to rescue hundreds of cattle. But the worst of the flooding is now thought to be over. Now, floodwaters on the west coast have eased overnight, reducing the risk of swollen rivers bursting their banks. Over the past 24 hours, heavy rain has lashed the region, bringing the area's waterways to their highest levels since 1997. Civil Defence has been on standby overnight. Rachel Morton's in Greymouth, where the rain has eased. So I guess, Rachel, that means a huge clean-up is about to begin there.
It sure does, Rachel, and that clean-up's going to begin out in the rural areas. I'd say farmers are already out now counting the cost to the damage. We've heard reports of cattle which were electrocuted when power lines came down. We've heard reports that this floodwater just came up so quickly that farmers had no chance of getting to their livestock. So there really will be a big clean-up effort out there today with them. Yesterday, Lewis and Arthur's Pass were both closed. They've since reopened. State Highway 6, though, remains closed, along with a number of other roads around the area, including the road out to Blackball. Also, my cameraman Dean Trelay took a ride up in a helicopter yesterday and surveyed the damage. He saw a number of railway lines which were covered by slips, so there are a number of slips around the area, so there really is going to be a big clean-up effort here today on the coast. So just how bad has the flooding been, I guess, comparatively, Rachel? It rose so quickly yesterday, Rachel, and yesterday afternoon I went along to the river there and had a look, and there were so many people there having a nosy, and most of them said it's either the highest they've seen the river or the highest they've seen the river in years. Mayor Tony Kokshoorn says he hasn't seen the river that high since 1997, and it's really good planning that they had that flood barrier there because the level of the river was actually higher than the road. So it was a few metres away from coming in and flooding the town. Also took a drive out to some of the rural areas, and not that far from the town centre, and paddocks were absolutely flooded. There are fences that would have come up higher than my waist that were completely underwater. One local said to me he hasn't seen floods like that in this area since 1988.
What's the forecast then for the rest of the week?
We're going to see a bit of drizzle today. We've got a little bit now at the moment, but for the rest of the week, it's not looking good, I'm afraid. We've got rain forecast for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I think rain is something they're used to here on the coast, but at the moment, they really don't need any more of it.
Absolutely. OK, Rachel Morton in Greymouth, thank you.
Thank you.